perdón, ¿me escuchas?
Hola, hola Irving. ¿Qué tal? Buenas tardes, ¿cómo estás?
Esto no, creo que no está habilitado tu micrófono.
Sí, sí, creo que no. Pero te escucho yo bien. ¿Tú me escuchas bien?
Sí, perfecto.
Ok,
Justo quería checar que el audio estuviera bien, entonces muy bien, creo que pues podemos empezar. Eh, Justo, bueno, como manejo la entrevista es pues que te doy unos minutos para pues, presentarte, que me compartas un poquito de tu background, algunos proyectos recientes, eh, qué tecnología manejas y ya de ahí nos vamos a unas pues, preguntas técnicas y ya si nos da tiempo pues un ejercicio. Entonces, sin más que comentar, pues te dejo el foro.
ok. Vale. Pues mi nombre es Eduardo Blancarte. eh, Tengo 7 años de experiencia como desarrollador full stack. Actualmente me encuentro trabajando en una empresa mexicana que se llama Telcel. En esta... me salió una ventana. Creo que la ignoro. Este... Llevo 7 años trabajando. Aquí en Telcel utilizamos.
Creo que se perdió el audio, no te logro escuchar.
ah, sí, creo que ahora ya me escuchas. Como me salió una ventanita, como un QR, y ya después se cerró. No sé si ya me escuchas ahora.
No te logro escuchar.
A ver, permíteme.
Probablemente desactivaste el micrófono, podría ser.
A
O
ver,
vuelvo
ahora.
a conectar los audífonos. Que no te escucho nada.
Ahora.
O si gustas, intenta volverte a unir, porque si no, no te escucha nada.
Ok, permíteme. Hola, hola, hola. Hola. Hola, hola. Hola, 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 hola. Hola, hola, hola. Hola, 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 hola. Hola, 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 hola. Hola, 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 hola. Hola, 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 hola. Uh, Hola, hola. Hola, 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 hola. Oh, oh, oh. Hola, 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 hola. Hola Irving, ¿qué tal?
Hola, buenas tardes.
Hola Claudia, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes.
Yo te escucho súper bien, Eduardo. Irving, ¿tú me escuchas a mí? Porque yo sí lo escucho bien. Hola.
Hola, sí, no te logro escuchar. Aquí tienes, creo que un micrófono desactivado.
Ahí yo te logro escuchar
Tendrías
a
que
ti, Irving.
habilitarlo
No sé si tú me escuchas a mí.
en el icono del micrófono.
Hola, hola, ¿y me escuchas? Ok,
Listo,
ya me
logro
escuchas
escuchar.
entonces, y lo escuchas a él también.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Me escuchan ambos?
Yo sí confirmo, Eduardo. ¿Tú, Irving? Bueno, me quedo aquí unos minutitos de todos modos y ya cualquier cosa ya me va.
Ok.
Listo, Eduardo. Entonces, podríamos comenzar con este tema del, de la introducción. Igual esos minutos que tuvimos, los retomamos.
Sí, claro. No hay problema. Te comentaba que llevo 7 años trabajando para Telcel, el cual en los mismos 7 años me he dedicado a ser un desarrollador full stack. He estado trabajando con... Uy, creo que se fue.
Se cayó, ¿verdad?
Sí, sí abandonó la sesión.
Creo que es su conexión porque también lo escuchaba muy mal yo.
Hola, hola.
Un poquito cortado. Hola, Irving, le comentaba que tal vez haya un tema de conexión, porque te escucho un poquito también entrecortado, pero...
Ok, no, ya listo, creo que ya
Ya.
se restableció la conexión. Sí, como que había ahí una intermitencia, pero sin problema. Yo retomo estos minutos que tuvimos problema, sin tema.
De hecho, creo que te
Gracias,
escuchas
Claudia,
mejor,
por...
Irving.
Sí, justo, ya ahorita ya se escucha muy claro. Entonces, pues, te agradezco, Clau, por
No, de qué
abordar
a
la
ti,
cuestión.
a ustedes.
Un saludo,
Vale,
Clau.
entonces, pues continuamos la entrevista y te digo, no te preocupes, estos minutos los retomamos sin tema.
Vale.
Pues bueno, entonces ahora sí que, ahora sin interrupción de banda ancha, pues sí, iniciamos con esta introducción. Me gustaría que me platicaras un poquito de tu experiencia.
Am, sí, sí, vale, no te preocupes. Llevo 7 años desarrollando en .NET, en C Sharp. Actualmente aquí en Telcel utilizamos estas tecnologías. En cuestión de backend, como te mencionaba, uso C Sharp. En cuestión del frontend, he trabajado con React, usando JavaScript. También en su momento, cuando recién llegué, utilizamos ASP.NET con las páginas SPX del propio Microsoft. En cuestión de base de datos, utilizamos SQL Server. Mm, y pues, ¿qué más te puedo decir? En cuestión de proyectos he hecho módulos, bueno, aplicativos web. También he hecho diferentes APIs. Con las APIs he estado, mm, las he integrado con el front en React. Las APIs constan de CRUD, de altas, bajas y modificaciones. En lo que van en cuestión de proyectos que me comentabas, de directorio comercial, que básicamente aloja todo la parte de los clientes de Telcel, también directorio de empleados, este, como una tipo agenda de donde se cargan clientes morosos que no pagan. Mm, Digo, esa parte con C Sharp.net. También realizamos pruebas unitarias con XUnit and Mux con .NET en la cuestión de las APIs para validar que los métodos funcionen correctamente. Con React he utilizado la librería React Testing Library. Siempre se me olvida el nombre. El orden del nombre de la librería. Mm, También he trabajado con Azure DevOps, que es la herramienta con la que nos encargamos de, pues, almacenar, bueno, de alojar el repositorio de nuestros proyectos. También los pipelines para las pruebas y la liberación a producción. Este, ¿qué más te puedo contar? Mm, He trabajado
En la
con...
experiencia
Ajá.
de UI, que me comentabas que React, ¿no? Pero que has manejado también Angular.
Angular no lo he trabajado, o sea, he sido más en la parte de React,
Ok,
pero Angular sí no tengo la experiencia.
ok, vale. Bueno, creo que pues en sí, en tema de backend, pues tienes .NET y la experiencia igual de haber trabajado con React, pues ayuda, ¿no? A tener, este, pues aparte de creación de interfaces responsivas, pues porque te ayuda y pues sí, por lo que veo también, ya había leído tu CV, pues ahora sí que tu carrera profesional ha estado en Telcel, ¿no? Entonces,
Sí, sí,
este,
básicamente desde que terminé la universidad he estado aquí en Telcel.
en Telcel, correcto. Entonces, sí creo que ahí ahora sí que la experiencia es más en los proyectos internos y pues bueno, con .NET, que es justo lo que se apega al perfil. Pues igual te agradezco justo pues esta pequeña introducción. Igual ahora las preguntas que te voy a hacer son pues, relacionadas a programación, C Sharp, desarrollo web, poco SQL. Igual para esto pues lo que yo lo hago es en el idioma inglés porque acá tenemos nuestros clientes de extranjeros, ¿no? O sea, colaboramos mucho con gente de Estados Unidos, incluso luego hay compañeras de la India. Entonces, no sé si tengas tema con el idioma para que podamos cambiar a inglés y sigamos con las preguntas.
No tengo problema con cambiar de idioma.
Ok, perfecto. Pues te agradezco, Eduardo. So, yeah, as I mentioned, thank you, for your intro and also for giving me your background. And well, I will start with the questions. So the first one will be, do you know which are the principles of object-oriented programming?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. Do you know which are the principles of object-oriented programming?
Sorry, no, no, I don't know.
Okay, no problem. Well, one of the principles is encapsulation. Do you know which is encapsulation?
Yes, yes, I know the concept. Um, um, for example, I use that concept when I mm, uh, how to say it? For for example, we have a function in C sharp, and I I publish that functionality in an assembly in in another project. When I used to I add the assembly, so I can use all the function that I have in that assembly without then the requirement to access the code.
Okay. And for example, well, another question will be in C sharp. Do you know the differences between using a dictionary and a list?
Mm, yes, I know the difference. For example, the dictionary is integrated by uh, a key and a name. Um, if you want to add a record, the dictionary validate if the records are duplicated. And in a if I use a list, uh, that validation uh, don't do it, and, and that's it.
Okay. And do you know what is the difference between using an abstract class and an interface?
No, I don't know the difference.
Okay. And do you know what is the virtual keyword in C sharp?
Mm, Virtual keyword.
Yeah, the virtual keyword. One, for example, we can use uh, one virtual keyboard in a method. And do you know the purpose?
No, no, sorry, I don't know about that. Uh, Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. For example, well, I can answer that one. The virtual keyword is used for marking the method, so it can be overridden in a derived class. For example, we have the toString method, and that one in the object class is declared as virtual.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They override it, and for example, another example is an object, a JSON object that I put a serially. How can I say serializable?
Yeah, serial.
Serializable. Yeah.
Okay. Another question will be, do you know what are the constant and read-only keywords? Which are the difference between using constant and read-only?
Mm, I know that if I use read only, uh, the value uh, can can be modified uh, in a constant we can use in a structure and a class structure.
Okay. And which type of dependency injection configuration can we can configure in our application?
Sorry, could you repeat it, please?
Yeah. Do you know which type of dependency injection configuration exists?
No.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, there are three types. The first type could be singleton. The second type is scoped, and the third one is transient.
okay,
And basically, how we well, the main purpose of using those is to set the life of the service instance. For example, we have with the singleton, we can set the service to live once per application life. And if we use scoped, we have the service instance, and that this one is going to live once per HTTP request. And we have the other one that is the transient that basically it sets that service instance is going to live once per controller. So yeah,
okay,
so those are the three types of dependency injection configuration.
uh,
Just to let you know.
okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so let's go with the other one. In web development, do you know the difference between using put and patch in HTTP methods? Do you know the difference between those?
We use both when I uh, uh, want to update a record and patch when we want to update a specific record with a ID.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, and do you know in an MVC project, do you know which is the purpose of the migration folder?
Yeah, is when they migrate the mm, the databases that when integrate the databases in the project, the MVC project, uh, uh, for that folder in migration, so we can access. Um, it's like a integration for the data context for the databases, and we can access the tables, um, and we can use the framework.
Okay, and well, this is more related to SQL.
Okay.
And the question is, do you know what is the difference between using union and union all in a query?
Using what? Sorry.
Union and union all.
Okay. Okay. I don't know the specific answer. I think that could be a um, when I use all is more strict when union the query, the select queries, that the columns has the same name. Oh,
Okay. And well, another question will be, uh, do you know what is an aggregate function?
yeah, aggregated or what? What function?
Yeah, aggregate function in
Mm,
SQL.
no, I don't know the what is the function in SQL.
Well, it's not a specific function. It has many functions. They are called aggregate functions. And do you know which are those or not?
No, no, it's like a concat concat concatate or not?
No, no. For example, we have the aggregate functions,
Hmm.
basically in SQL. Uh, are those functions that performs a calculation on a set of values and returns a single value. For example, we have the sum value, the sum
Oh,
function, the count function, min, max. Those are aggregate functions.
okay, okay. The
Yeah,
I I, I know that function.
yeah, but those are called aggregate functions. Just to
Okay,
let you know.
okay.
Okay.
Now I know that.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. Another question will be, do you know what is the SQL profiler?
Um, no, no. That administration with SQL. Uh, it's management for another department. I have only permission with that um, select, update, delete, and something like that.
Yeah, those like you just have the role to run the DML queries.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically. Okay, okay, got it. Yeah, but, well, just to let you know that feature, the skill profiler, it's helpful sometimes because, for example, maybe you are facing a big application, and sometimes you don't know maybe which is the file that is related to that module. So basically, what you do is enable that SQL profiler and maybe interact with the UI, and you will and in the SQL profiler you will see how the application is calling to the database. For example, it will log the inputs or the arguments that you are sending through the UI, and also you will see which are the maybe the stored procedures that are involved
Mhm.
in the in that module. So it's helpful because sometimes or maybe sometimes you're facing an application that is not from your team, and you need to maybe share which is the root issue, so you don't have the code. So basically you need to set that SQL profiler, and you will have the log and identify maybe which is the problem, and also well try to debug the start procedure with those inputs or case. So that's basically the SQL
Yeah,
profiler.
yeah,
A
I know that.
feature.
I have contact with that department, and in some cases they show me the logs or the permission that that users execute that the procedure, view, function, and something like that. That
Okay,
that level of the management, I don't have the permission, but I know how it
okay,
works,
okay.
but I don't know how to
So
apply.
well, another, I think this could be the last question. Do you know which are the solid principles?
Mm, Sorry, can you repeat, please?
The solid principles, do you know which are those?
Sorry, I don't know that. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, just to let you know, those are programming principles that it's like the manual of programming, like the golden rules, and they are like statements that you need to consider when working in software development. And for example, well, those are like each letter has like an objective. For example, S it means that our code it should have a single responsibility, and this means that when we are creating functions or methods, we should only solve one problem and not many problems to just to make our code um, readable and also easier to maintain. And also, for example, the L is the least scope principle. The I is interface integration. That means that we don't need to implement interfaces in our code that are not being used. We should use only the interfaces that we are interacting in our code, and also to make it easier to maintain the code. So yeah, each letter has like a main objective, just to let you know that maybe you can investigate it, and those are like golden rules to follow in software development. So yeah, those are very important, very important.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
I
Yeah, I think that D is dependency inversion. Yeah, and that one means that we can we should like just we should not depend in other classes, but only with abstractions basically,
okay,
and that can be like when we're using services basically. So yeah, those are very important. Just to let you know, and yeah, you can investigate more about those.
okay.
Oh well, I think I don't have like right now more questions. Do you want to ask me more about anything you want here? I will give you some minutes to do it.
No, well, I don't have questions for you. Um, no, everything is clear with Claudia.
With Claudia.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Well, also I think that well there was some like errors here in the platform. Well, sorry for that, but
no, don't
yeah, I
worry, don't
think
worry.
now we have well the
These
interview
these things
with
happens.
yeah. Sometimes the technical issues happens, but yeah, I think that we got the conversation clear, and well, we got to hear the answers. Okay, so I will share my feedback to Claudia, and well, I think she will tell you the next steps.
Okay.
So I will say just thank you for your time, and yeah, we're in touch then. Thank you, Eduardo.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Don't worry about for your problem connection. Um, Thank you for the concepts. Some maybe concepts I don't know. Maybe uh, we usually work with that concepts. So maybe I don't know the name, the exactly name. Um, but thank you for your time.
Yeah, no problem. I think it is always useful to share knowledge and also learn about all this process. I think that's very useful. And yeah, we are in touch, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, bye.